Hello, music review time. This week was pretty shit, but I re-reviewed an album I really liked. It's called Aesop Rock's Integrated Tech Solutions. So let's just start it. I dig Glazer, to be honest. As many of the hooks, to be honest, weren't great. I like rivers. I like rivers. Oh, some mid-ass beat, like, no. I need to think of the album called, actually. Yeah, By the River, horrendous hook, mid-beat, mid-song. Time moves differently here, some corny bars. The beat should have been amazing, but it just wasn't. But what I will say is that when the beats were amazing, holy shit. Mindful Solutionism, banger. The beat's amazing. Infinity Phil Goose Down. What the fuck? It's so good. Solid Gold. That beat. What the fuck? And yeah, the production is just incredible on this thing. That opinion will never change. Even if I do believe not every punchline hits and some songs of this 18-track album do get forgettable. Also, like the whole concept thing. As cool and funny as it was, I think could have been achieved better. But overall, really fun listen, and the highs are ridiculous musically. Yeah. Aesop Rock did it again. 8.2 out of 10. Hey, that rhymes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 albums dropped last week. So let's review them. Starting off with Endless Entertainment, which is like the label with the likes of Big 30, Moneybagg Yo. Yeah. With We Connected, which is one of the most hilariously bad albums in months. Songs such as July 27th are not only bland, all songs, even the good ones, are, but are also mixed terribly with the beat being so annoyingly and painfully quiet. So that's great. Among this, there's also some laughably bad tracks. Lebo is a country singer / rapper thing, and it doesn't sound good at all. And on party with me, especially when Big Hobie G's part kicks in, it's truly awful. He sounds like a rapper from the 1970s. Well, actually, no, someone trying to do an impression of a rapper in the 1970s, you know, with a, you know, that flow. And yeah, it's awful. Smooth Operator interpolates Sade, sadly. Lonely Girl has not got the talent to be doing all that. And yeah, this album does have bangers though. CMO, 4L, kind of slapped, and pretty much was the only banger all the way until towards the end, where like they actually kind of laid out to make music. Slide slaps, probably the best song on the album. So yeah, but there were still some bad tracks such as No Love, even when the album turned tolerable. So yeah, complete waste of time. 28 songs. I think I had 3 tracks that I genuinely enjoyed. 1.5 out of 10. Next up is Tate McRae with Think Later. Greedy's a bop and all, but everything else sucks. The vocals, or to put it simply, god-awful, and I just can't get past them. The instrumentals, bland, and indexes, laughably bad. And there's also another track which I can't remember, with like some really awful guitar riff. Yay. Lyricism, corny. Ruins open and cut my hair completely. And whilst there are some coolish instrumentals and nice production choices at times, I don't get very much enjoyment out of this, and I pretty much have nothing else to say, as the album wasn't even memorable. 2.2 out of 10. Moving on to Libianco with Walk Away, which is bland, and bland. Bland. Very bland. Super bland. In a way, bland. Mid. Boring. Angel Demon. That one kind of slaps. The instrumental's solid enough. WOMS, same thing. And the hook's pretty cool as well. Mistaken, bland, boring, was annoying as well lyrically for being so bland. And then People in Jar, horrendous. The instrumentals suck. There's nothing redeemable about them, they're so bland. And yeah, it's bland. Uninteresting, trash, it's not good. 3.3 out of 10. Moving on to Pink Friday 2 by Nicki Minaj, which is a very sample-heavy return to Gag City. I didn't even know that's what it was called until this album actually came out, I can't lie. I'm not a Bob. And a very bloated one too. Songs such as Future Hendrix are plain awful, and others such as Open It Are You Gone Already have terrible samples that don't work. I get this was produced by Phineas, who's Billie Eilish's boyfriend, I think. And like obviously that's why samples from The Party's Over, but it don't sound good. Yeah, it don't sound good. But some of the samples worked. Pink Friday Girls had a interpolation of Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. I kinda liked it. Everybody, I don't want it to be good, but like it works for Jersey Club. I don't think it'd work for like a normal trap song, but like for Jersey Club, like come on, it makes sense. The sample. And it's definitely not the best feature on the album. Uzi absolutely slid. Everyone else mid as fuck. That aside, the others were pretty much just like fine. Red Ruby to Slee, Super Freaky Girl, just okay. As for the non-sampling stuff, they probably sample. They just don't sample stuff that we've all heard of. Barbie Dangerous fucking slaps, big banger. Let Me Calm Down, boring. But it was some indie vibe. J. Cole feature also didn't really do much for me. And there's also stuff like My Life, which is complete garbage. Which, yeah, you get the memo. It's got some high highs, it's got some absolute slappers, but most of it's just and there's some terrible songs on there, and I think the lows outnumber the highs. 4.4 out of 10. Moving on to James Fauntleroy with The Warmest Winter Ever, which is the first and probably the last Christmas album you'll catch me listening to. It's too fucking long. 25 songs, really? Also doesn't feel Christmassy. I mean, not like I'm bothered, because like I don't really care. But like it doesn't, so like you might want to take that into account. But it has a cool sound. Like I kind of like the sort of indie R&B type shit. And songs such as Bad 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 on The Neck kind of fucking slap. The Neck still stuck in my head. Bop. Start of the album in general, pretty good. Aside from Mrs. Claus though, that song was a mess. But the second half brought a nosedive in quality, as every song's just started to sound the fucking same and be bland, boring, and trash. How many times have I said bland this episode? Another. With songs such as The Present being so boring, it's actually sad. Every song, I think I've already said this, it just sounds the same. They have the same way of starting, the same progression. This. If they just cut out like the last 10 tracks, apart from like the really good ones, such as like Open Up, which is probably the best song on the whole album, this thing could have like genuinely been like a great album, but sadly, it just goes down to being mediocre. 4.8 out of 10. Next up, Osama's Son with Flex Music. Many call him a Ken Carson clone. I definitely see the resemblance. But if that meant he'd have the same trajectory after what can only be what has been described by many as a pretty boring first album, I've not heard it, so I'm not going to say it is, because it might not be. But, yeah. This thing, it kind of goes into a different sort of lane of rage than Ken Carson's at, with like the really distorted synths and shit. He's in like a way of doing the same thing, just in a completely different way. More like what, say, Rich Amiri does, what Yeet does. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. I'm not getting any A Great Chaos shit. I barely even get Project X, although I do get a bit. Straight flexing, Baghdad, bangers. Super fun to listen to, and a lot of this album, while not anything special, none of it is. I mean, come on. Osama's Son is known for being unoriginal. Those two tracks pretty special though. It kind of slaps. But that second half, it got staler. Osama's Son wore his influences on his sleeve, as expected, and, I mean, come on. The literal album cover, as cold as it is, based off a Future picture, not a picture of Future. So, yeah. And, yeah, it was always going to start hitting, and songs such as Came Through and Talking to a Ghost just weren't very good. And cuts such as Uno felt really uninspired in mid-term. So, yeah, there's a lot of room for improvement. But the bangers are there, there's some high highs, and who knows? If he has the same trajectory as Ken does, we could be in for a treat next album. 6 out of 10. Moving on to Damari Harris with Air Tones. To be honest, I should have been expecting R&B, but from seeing Red Veil, I kind of wasn't. And when it comes to R&B, an R&B EP, R&B EPs. As I should. Sort of cool instrumental, nothing special though. And Active Love, same exact thing. But it's cooler and better. Probably the best track of the EP. Priceless, painfully boring. This is always going to come. It's R&B for fuck's sake. And something and Slow It Down are the exact same, something slightly better though. However, Reconnect has a cute ending and had a nice enough instrumental. And yeah, this review sounded really half-assed, but like, I really have got nothing to say because modern day R&B has such little to talk about. I don't really notice the Red Veil feature. Like, this was so uninteresting, but it had some bangers, like one or two, and for the most part, it was above average. So yeah, it's decent enough. 6.1 out of 10. Next up, Night Lavelle with I Hope You're Happy. An artist probably most known for his voice being deep, which has been copied by Carti, even though he does it in a completely different way. Also, he's finally dropping. Yeah, I don't care about like how not good of a person he is. The songs have slapped. Let's be for real. They've been incredible. This new album's going to be insane. But back to Night Lavelle. And Defo takes an interesting approach to music, and overall, I mostly found it really cool. Over certain beats, it just sounds amazing. The tracks are amazing. And because of this, songs such as Sucks to Be You and Who Is This Weirdo just hit, and are probably some of the best on the album. However, just because he has a cool deep voice doesn't mean that it can't sound grating, because sometimes with the boring trap beats it kind of does. And it also doesn't mean there aren't duds. Cold Shoulder kind of bored me, and Golden Ticket, super uninteresting as well. And there are many moments, such as Life Sucks So We Fuck, where it's good, but like, okay, what's so cool about this? So, yeah, overall, this thing is pretty great. And Night Lavelle's voice, when it's on certain bits of trap, chef's kiss. But there are nothing special moments and some duds. Still though, super fun. 7.7 out of 10. But at the top, it is Hackle with Haunted Nation. Kind of become a mega defender of these guys because people are calling them out for being stale more and more. I mean, to them anyway, I still like them. Been getting somewhat positive reviews, but not as positive as what I'm giving it. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be talking about it. Well, the reviews are hot and mount. Obviously, I'd be talking about the album. Ugh. Songs such as Last Chapter and Toes have phenomenal beats. Spelled T-O-S-E, by the way. I'm not talking about feet. Have phenomenal beats that are probably the best Haunted Mound has had to offer all year, even if the latter track had a very annoying hook. Which kind of brings me to the main flaw I think is in this album. It's annoying as fuck. The air horns, really. Obviously, like, the producer tags I'm okay with now. I can live with the real Haunted Mound. It really grated me. I probably need to re-listen to Butcher House, actually. But, like, yeah, the effects were annoying at times. Some of the hooks were annoying. And, like, I think this overdid itself ever so slightly. As amazing of an opener as Make Your Dances, start of it, really annoying. Among this, it shares the basic duds most, if not all, Haunted Mound projects do, with songs such as Winning Team and Casket City not being anything special at all to me. But yeah, this is raw, super fun, as usual with Haunted Mound, and as much as there are minor annoyances to be found, and a fair few of them, for the most part, really great. 7.9 out of 10. Really irritating. So then, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 projects have dropped this week. I'm going to listen to 6 of them, but I'm not going to listen to Lil Zay Osama's Hood Bible 2 because I did not enjoy For the Trenches from a few months back, and you know, the sequel thing that I used to do. I'll be completely honest, I'm not fucking listening to this. Like, come on. It features Baby Drill, Mellow Bucks, Huncho, and Shy. 10 songs, 23 minutes long. I would not recommend this to anyone because Lil Zay Osama is trash. Alright, I would say Kanye and Ty Dolla, but that didn't happen, and now he's defending Bill Cosby. Who isn't defending Bill Cosby and is actually getting 3 J. Cole features. Baz, with We Only Talk About Real Shit When We're Fucked Up, which features J. Cole 3 times, Blackie, A$AP Fig, Sha, and AJ Tracy, as well as Adekunle Gold and FKJ. I haven't heard AJ Tracy's name in years. 17 songs, 51 minutes long, 7. Gucci Mane kind of dropped out of nowhere with Choppers and Bricks, with a fellow member of 1017 BG. It has Michael Maida, I assume, as a producer, C Murder, and Lil Jamie. 13 songs, 43 minutes long. If this isn't rushed, I'll be shocked. 3. Currency, with what I assume to be his final album of this year, Highway 600. I do need to go back and listen to Season Opener, which is his label album. I will do that eventually. Yeah, this one's a collab with Traumatone. It features Don Toliver. What the fuck? How did they get that? 9 songs, 24 minutes long. 8. How the fuck did they get a Don Toliver feature? Valet. You may remember, I didn't really like Virtuoso, which he dropped with Harry Frauds. I didn't even listen to Validation from October, and I'm not gonna. But I am gonna listen to this one, Cartoons, which is a collab album with Topside and Trapaholics. Features Tank Duncan and King Hendrix. 12 songs, 31 minutes long, 3. Big Baby Gucci, who I didn't even know until like a month ago, but I know now. With When You Go to Sleep, a sequel to When You Wake Up from October, which is the first thing I'd ever heard of him. But yeah, I might go back and listen to that, we'll see. 9 songs, 21 minutes long, 7. And finally, Big Crit has kind of dropped very, very just like lowly, no promotion, regardless is still timeless, a new EP. It features Garfield Bright as Shy, 4 songs, 10 minutes long. Nearly didn't listen to this, but I am. 6. 5. So yeah, Currency getting a Don Toliver feature, Baz getting 3 J. Cole features. I mean, we already kind of knew that they were mates. I think Baz is literally on Dreamville, for fuck's sake. But yeah, how about that? I will catch up with that label album because he's defo in contention to be up there with like Artist of the Year when they do like the little thing, end of the year, start of next maybe. But yeah. Almost at the end of the year and there's still 6 artists that I'm listening to. Yay. I think they've all but one of them is actually no, all but 2 of them. So, yeah. Almost at the end of the year now. Probably maybe 1 more week of new music. 2, maybe. And I'll pretty much be catching up with old shit. And, starting list making before to close this off. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Bye.